Hey, bubbling, coming in, crushing this art. So we're back at it with another numerology video, this time breaking down the modalities and how they correlate to the zodiac as well. So, look here, you probably know, if we break the zodiac up into thirds, okay, we go 12 decans starting at Aries, and then we'll find there's another 12 decans starting at Leo, and there's another 12 decans starting at Sagittarius. So, the thing about this is last time we noticed that each of the signs were cardinal, right? Like if you watched my elemental video, you'll notice we had cardinal fire, Aries, cardinal water, Cancer, cardinal air, Libra, and then cardinal earth, Capricorn. So that included all four elements, right? Because we were going 9 decans, or we were going by modalities, right? We were finding all the different we were just finding all the different ways that the elements could be expressed, right? But now when we're finding all the different ways the modalities will be expressed, the element will be the same. So we'll see that it will land on a fire sign each time, because now, instead of looking at the element, right, we're looking at the modality. So each of the modalities shift, but the elements stay the same. Whereas when we were looking at the elements, each of the elements shift, but the modalities stay the same. So basically, what we see here, it's pretty self-explanatory. I just want to show how it does fractally relate to the zodiac in that, one, the first 12 decans, or just starting breaking up the zodiac into thirds, we'll start with cardinal, right? Cardinal being the beginning. And then we move on to fixed, right? Fixed being the middle. And then we move on to mutable being the end. 1, 2, and 3. Right? So we have like both sides, right? And then we have sort of the fixity, the perfection. We have the artist, we have the power, and then we have the perfection, right? So that's not a good order. I should go in order, right? We have the artist, we have the perfection, and we have the power. But yeah, so either way, this is how I'll be utilizing 1, 2, and 3, right? 1 correlates to cardinality, 2 correlates to fixity, and 3 correlates to mutability. And this is another fractal understanding of the zodiac. And also, I think this just makes sense, right? Like beginning, middle, and end. And so this will come into use when we're breaking up the 9 numbers, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? You see something there. 1, 2, 3, 1, 4, 5, 6, 2, 7, 8, 9, 3, right? And then we also have the placements, right? 1, 4, 7, cardinal placement, right? 2, 4, 8, or 2, 5, 8, fixed placement, right? And then 3, 6, 9, mutable placement. So yeah, we'll see how all that correlates together once we get deeper into it. But just in the beginning, we need to have an understanding of sort of why and the relationships of how 3 makes sense, right? What 1 represents, what 2 represents, and what 3 represents, right? So yeah, anyway, now that we understand that, we'll be able to move forward. So yeah, just breaking it down again. So 1 would be the artist, 1 would be the creator, 1 would be the the cardinality, 2 would be the fixity, 2 would be the perfecter, right, the refinement, and then 3 would be the power. 3 would be the energy, getting sucked up, learning how to relate, learning how to realize that, learning how to go accustomed to others, right? Learning just sort of about nature, right? And then we go back to self. So either way, it is kind of interesting. I think it's interesting because it's just funny. It's just funny how they, when you're looking in a system of 3, right, things mean different things than when you're looking in a system of 4, right? Because when we're looking in the system of 3, 3 ends up being like the most fluid, or go with the flow, almost as if it has aspects of water, right? Whereas when we're looking at a system of 4, well, then 2 sort of represents water, and it's the most go with the flow, right? But when we're thinking about modalities, now we understand that 2 is fixity, right? Which makes sense because truth really is, and perfection, if something can hold and stand true, is the basis for anything to actually be realized, right? But at the same time, I think it's interesting because once we start understanding relationships fractally, we just start seeing interesting patterns like that, like how 2 in certain ways can mean different things, right? And same with 3, right? One of the things that is always the same is 1, right? But that makes sense because it's purity. Either way, just some foods for thoughts. But this, if we're ever aligning things 3 by 3, this is how it'll be seen, because I'm gonna be showing you 2 charts. One that is always going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, you know, so on and so forth. And then another one that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And the interesting thing, when these two charts come together, we're going to see that we're going to see the zodiacal pattern emerge once we correlate these together. And that's going to be very interesting. So stay tuned,